Michel Foucault's Humanism and the Death of Men, Reimagining Humanity in a Postmodern Era. Michel Foucault, a seminal figure in contemporary philosophy and social theory, offers a compelling critique of traditional humanism and masculinity in his extensive body of work. Foucault's exploration of humanism and the concept of the death of men presents a provocative challenge to established notions of identity, subjectivity, and power. In this comprehensive analysis, we delve into Foucault's nuanced perspective, examining its implications for understanding the complexities of human existence in a postmodern era. The evolution of humanism. Humanism, as a philosophical and cultural movement, has deep roots in Western thought, particularly emerging during the Renaissance period. It emphasizes the importance of human reason, agency, and dignity, positioning the human subject at the center of the universe. Humanism celebrates the pursuit of knowledge, ethics, and aesthetic values, advocating for the development of individual potential and human flourishing. However, Foucault challenges the universalizing tendencies of traditional humanism, arguing that it often conceals underlying power dynamics and inequalities. While humanism purports to celebrate the dignity and autonomy of all individuals, it frequently excludes marginalized groups such as women, people of color, and non-Western cultures from its universalizing narrative. Foucault's critique of humanism calls attention to the ways in which power operates through discourses of identity and knowledge, shaping our understanding of what it means to be human. Foucault's concept of the death of men. Foucault introduces the provocative notion of the death of men as a metaphorical critique of traditional notions of masculinity and patriarchal authority. This concept does not imply a literal demise of men, but rather signals the destabilization of fixed gender identities and the erosion of traditional power structures associated with masculinity. For Foucault, the death of men signifies a rupture in the hegemonic discourse of masculinity, opening up possibilities for reimagining alternative forms of gender identity and human subjectivity. By interrogating the construction of masculinity through disciplinary practices and societal norms, Foucault challenges the myth of male superiority and the rigid binaries of gender. This critique paves the way for a more inclusive and diverse understanding of humanity, one that transcends narrow conceptions of identity and embraces plurality and difference. Disciplinary power and masculinity. Foucault's analysis of disciplinary power provides valuable insights into the construction and regulation of masculinity within society. Disciplinary institutions such as prisons, schools, and hospitals play a significant role in shaping and enforcing norms of masculinity, prescribing specific behaviors, attributes, and roles deemed appropriate for men. For example, consider the disciplinary practices within the education system, where boys are often socialized to embody traits of competitiveness, aggression, and emotional stoicism in order to conform to societal expectations of masculinity. Similarly, within the criminal justice system, punitive measures and surveillance techniques reinforce traditional gender norms, perpetuating cycles of violence and oppression. Foucault's examination of disciplinary power reveals the ways in which masculinity is constructed and maintained through a complex interplay of social institutions, discourses, and practices. By exposing the mechanisms of power that govern gendered identities, Foucault invites us to challenge and subvert oppressive norms, fostering greater freedom and autonomy for all individuals. Reimagining humanity beyond traditional humanism. Foucault's critique of humanism and the death of men offers a radical reimagining of humanity in a postmodern era. Rather than adhering to fixed categories and essentialist identities, Foucault encourages us to embrace plurality, fluidity, and difference as fundamental aspects of human existence. For Foucault, the death of men signals a profound shift in our understanding of gender and subjectivity, opening up spaces for alternative modes of being and relating to the world. By rejecting the limitations of traditional humanism and embracing the complexities of human experience, Foucault offers a vision of humanity that transcends narrow conceptions of identity and celebrates the diversity of human expression. Ethical self-reflection and care of the self. Central to Foucault's vision of reimagined humanity is the concept of care of the self. which emphasizes the importance of ethical practices and self-reflection as a means of liberation from oppressive power structures. Through practices such as self-examination, self-discipline, and self-expression, individuals can cultivate greater autonomy and agency in shaping their own identities and experiences. For Foucault, care of the self involves a process of ethical engagement with one's own desires, beliefs, and values, as well as a critical interrogation of the social norms and power relations that shape them. By engaging in acts of ethical self-reflection, individuals can resist and subvert oppressive norms, reclaiming agency over their own lives and identities. Implications for social critique and political action. Foucault's critique of humanism and the death of men has profound implications for social critique and political action in contemporary society. By interrogating the ways in which power operates through discourses of identity and subjectivity, Foucault challenges us to dismantle oppressive power structures and imagine new possibilities for human flourishing. For example, consider how Foucault's analysis of sexuality and the regulation of bodies inspires movements for LGBTQ+ rights and reproductive justice, challenging heteronormative and patriarchal norms and advocating for greater freedom and autonomy. Foucault's insights continue to offer valuable tools for understanding and critiquing the dynamics of power, identity, and social change in contemporary society. Conclusion. Michel Foucault's critique of humanism and the death of men invites us to reconsider our understanding of humanity in a postmodern era. By challenging fixed categories of identity and subjectivity, Foucault encourages us to embrace plurality, fluidity, and difference as fundamental aspects of human existence. Through his radical critique of power and his call for ethical self-reflection, Foucault inspires us to imagine new possibilities for collective transformation and liberation. As we navigate the complexities of contemporary society, Foucault's insights continue to offer invaluable resources for reimagining humanity and building a more just and equitable world.